Hi, my name's Sonny Kravitz. I'm running for the Budget Committee. Budget Committee is really the fiscal watchdog of the town. There are 12 elected members, elected for 3-year staggered terms, and 3 appointed members, one from the schools, one from the Board of Selectmen, and one from the beach. Well, I picked up the annual report of the town for 2008, and I couldn't find the Budget Committee in it. I know I'm a candidate because I'm on the ballot. I sent a letter to the Hampton Union. They said it'd be in Friday's issue. That's what they told me. I read Friday's paper. There was nothing about the Budget Committee. Then the yellow sheet came out. Nothing about the Budget Committee. But we're there. We control what the town spends on their money items. I'd like to talk about 4 quick areas. One is the beach. In 2001, the state who owns the beach, because the town deeded it to the state in 1931, or actually 1933 by the time they voted it, to build the seawalls. So they own the beach and they maintain it. They asked George Ball to chair a committee to study an upgrade for the beach. I've seen the report, and it seems to me that the beach is actually the largest contributor to the business of meals tax. They say they get about 1.8 million visitors a year, and they own the parking meter, so they get a substantial amount of revenue from that. The point is, they developed this master plan to improve the beach, and I think under the economic stimulus package the federal government's coming, I think the state would be wise to upgrade the beach and improve the facilities. Next year I want to talk about is the assessments. The assessors just did a 5-year reevaluation. They used the years 2005, 2006, and 2007, and used a very impressive and complex statistical basis. Unfortunately, in 2008, real estate prices started falling. The result is a lot of people got new valuations on their property, and the process was more important to the assessor's office than a little common sense. The only alternative people have is to file for an abatement. And that's really your only choice. The other area I want to talk about is the trust funds. Norm Silverdeck talked about the fact that they went to a 40% equity and 60% bonds and went from 16 million down to 14 million. It seems to me the best use of the trust funds at this point would be to loan the money to the town. To loan the money to the town to do capital improvements. You'd be taking money from one pocket and putting it in the other, and I'm sure the town would pay the interest on the debt. The last one I wanted to talk about is the pension plan. Everybody's aware of what's happening with the fireman who is retiring. You've got 3 contracts on the budget this time. If they pass, I'm sure the town could sit down and negotiate a new contract for new hires where they would do away with, at this point they get paid for overtime when they retire, they get paid for accrued sick leave, accrued vacation time, and accrued personal days. We moved to Hampton in '97. I spent 30 some odd years as a principal in the wholesale food business in Boston. I came up to New Hampshire and I spent the last 10 years working for a bank. I just retired this year, and they had a defined benefit plan. They stopped at 12/31. They went to a 401k where they contribute 5% to anybody over 50. Well, okay. The point is, there are a lot of things that can be done in that town, and I'd appreciate your vote, and I'll try to get some changes. Thank you.